Hey traders, this is Jason with Day Trading Fearless. This is the weekly watch list for December 4th, 2022. But before we begin, do me a favor, hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. And also, if you're interested in any coaching, there's a link down below. I offer one-on-one coaching, and then also I offer at my website, daytradingfearless.com, or the link down below, $99 one-time payment, lifetime subscription to the S&P E-mini futures support and resistant trade zones. Also a 7-hour video course of 5 different trading strategies, all for 99 bucks. But with that being said, let's jump right into this video. The weekly watch list for December 4th, 2022. So real quick, last week I said to watch for this bearish engulf or abandoned baby. And let's pull this up. It was this move right here. I said, hey, keep an eye on this, right? We closed on Friday. I'm like, we have an abandoned baby. Unless we break above, look for potential short. Again, none of this is trade advice. I'm doing on YouTube. But what did price do? It collapsed from there. And then the Fed came in today, on Wednesday, really pumped up the market. They were actually really bullish. Market loved it. Huge rally off that. And then we had the jobs report, huge gap down. And what happened this Friday? Well, guess what? We filled the gap. It's kind of like, who cares? Bad news is good news. Good news is good news in this type of market. Why? I kind of said a couple of weeks ago, we are going into seasonality, right? End of year is usually bullish. So what do I think the S&P E-mini futures are going to do this week? I think actually higher, even though the market is actually bearish, right? And based on my waterfall and reverse waterfall system, right now we took out yesterday's low. We were bullish. Now we're bearish. But again, we're still bearish until proven different. But if we take out today's high, we'll call it 40.87 level. If we take out those highs, actually 40.85.75 to be exact, we will be back to bullish. And I actually believe we're going to rally over the next couple weeks into the end of the year. I think all the books, brokerage firms, and like hedge funds, they want to make their books look good. We've hit this 4 times. I really don't see how this market's going to go lower, because we saw exactly what happened today, right? A gap lower, and we by like 50 or 60 points, and we filled that gap and closed near the highs of the day. RSI looks good right here. I think we're going to 4170. I think this point of control throughout this entire year, and then we may churn right around this level, and believe it or not, close right around 4200, give or take. We may get as high as 4250, this low volume node, also this little swing high. But I am definitely bullish for the next couple weeks, unless there's some crazy news out there. So just something to be very aware of. If you are bearish, remember, it's seasonality. I've been doing this 21 years. I kind of know same thing usually happens every single December. And usually the Santa Claus rally, that actually begins December 23rd, lasts until the second day, trading day in January. So just something to be aware of. NASDAQ, definitely a lagger. If we kind of draw same exact trend lines, we're kind of right here. I actually think the NASDAQ will outperform everybody else. I think you're already starting to see it, and I will show you a stock of why, which one in particular I'm watching. But as we kind of break out, I think we're going to break out, get back up to this 13,000 on the, the NQ. We're down like 27%, some crazy number like that. And I just think it's going to rally. And then probably in the first month or two, I think we'll churn and then roll back over. I think the economy will slow down and things like that. So, but again, we're traders. We're not long-term buy and hold people. So we are looking for quick moves and all that. Oil, nice channel, double bottom. I said, told you guys, I said, watch this 73 level. And the reason being was because guess what? There's a huge buyer of 1 million barrels every, that has to be bought, or sorry, a huge buyer of 180 million barrels, right around the 72 level. The U.S. has already come out and said we need to replenish the overall, reserves, and they want to be a buyer around $72 a barrel, and they will start to buy. So they will put a floor in. Well, guess what happened? It's exactly what happened, right? Also, we do have a divergence here. Now, it's going to be interesting. Does the market not allow them to be a buyer at 71? OPEC comes out with a meeting this weekend. They may cut on a Sunday, and then we'll see what happens next week. But again, I think down here it'll churn. I think we could be buyers down there. Again, no, this is a trade advice, just education purposes. Let's take a look at Bitcoin /BTC. Bitcoin just makes me sick. Can't get out of its own way, right? The market rallied and Bitcoin is nowhere. SBF, Sam Bankman-Fried from FTX, did a huge interview. It's been doing a bunch of them, but with on CNBC, I watched it. Yeah, guy's clueless. Guy has no clue what's going on, I believe. I don't think he intentionally did the fraud. I think what happened was they got him when Luna kind of blew up earlier in the spring. They had a position in Alameda that went bad, their sister company, or kind of their market making firm that was attached to it, but it wasn't per him, right? I believe that position got too big. They started to have to double down that, and usually when you're in a bad position, you start to do things that you normally wouldn't, and I think he had to start to kind of move funds over there to save that position, hoping he could ride out the bear market. I also think the guy's so smart, he can't tie his own shoes type of personality. And what I mean by that was he's like, oh, this market will never blow up. Really? Come on. You went to MIT, I believe, and all that. You're a smart guy. You know regulation. You know how to run, or maybe not run the company, but understand all that. And yet you didn't understand that what's the worst case scenario. He thought it was like a 30% drawdown. Okay, yeah, well, guess what? 95% drawdown, and look how things ended. So with that being said, now I will say on Bitcoin, there is a falling wedge here. Do we break to the upside, or do we touch this and then roll back over? I think we touch it and roll back over. I am bearish Bitcoin. Again, I've been saying I still think 11 to 12,000 is my ultimate target. So let's take a look at gold. Been calling this, told you guys a couple weeks ago, long gold. Gold is very bullish. I said watch for a pullback, maybe to fill this gap. Tried to get a little pullback, but off to the races it goes. Now, quick little rant on gold. Isn't it interesting how we've always been told to buy gold because of inflation, to hedge inflation? Well, guess what? We've been in the worst inflation for years. And what's gold done this entire year? Straight down. But now all of a sudden that inflation is easing. What's gold doing? Going up. So things that you hear, don't always believe, okay? trust the charts. Charts will tell you where things are going, not people who think they know what they're doing. Like I said, I'm not trying to say I know everything. Dude, I didn't see gold falling. Okay, but guess what? It did. All you had to do is draw a trend line, right? Every time we touch that trend line, this line, okay, goes lower until it breaks out. Here's your breakout, and it's off to the races. So just something to be aware of. Silver, SLV, bullish, like silver, like gold, and who knows, maybe over the next few months this stuff makes new all-time highs, and guess what, we'll be at like 4% inflation in a few months when all this happens, and then everybody's gonna be scratching their head. Yeah, that doesn't make sense, does it? Gold's all-time highs, but inflation's coming down. What's going on? So just something to think about. Apple can't get it out of its own way. Dead in the mud. We're going nowhere on Apple. But here is the stock I want to talk about. Facebook. Oh wait, it's Meta now, right? Meta. I was buying Meta down here in the 90s. I liked Meta. Okay, I thought it was way oversold. Everybody was boo-hooing Mark Zuckerberg and oh my God, all you're doing is the metaverse. He comes out and goes, dude, we're more than the metaverse. I think they're going to do some amazing things with the metaverse. If they could get it right, this is a screaming buy down here, but I've been adding to it down near these lows over the last few weeks. I think this is a great longer term trade. Now I say I don't do longer term trades earlier in this video, but I do have another portfolio that I do longer trades. What I meant by that was in these videos, right? But I really like this. If we could get above this 136 level, I think its next stop will be at 200, and then value area low, and then probably all the way back up to this 250. Not saying it's going there anytime soon, but I do like Meta. I like their business ain't going out of business and all this. I think they got way oversold, and we will see what happens throughout the next year. So hint or wink, maybe this might be the stock to buy for the entire next year. So just something to think about. But as always, thank you for watching my videos, and have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you soon.